What's up, everyone, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 33 of Director Spotlight. This is where we are going through the entire filmography of a director, and that director for Season 1 is, of course, Steven Spielberg. If you haven't already noticed, we're coming to the end. We only got this movie and then two more, and then we are finished, and we're going to give you our ranking of the whole entire filmography. I am your host, Nate. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Alex.
Hey, what's up?
And Evan.
Hello.
And on this episode, we're taking a trip back, way back, 5 years ago. We're getting to the recent stuff. So this one's only 5 years old, to 2021, a movie called West Side Story. This is, of course, it's not a remake of the old movie. It is a new adaptation of a Broadway show. So there are differences. It's not really a remake. I know some people have call it that, but it is not. It's a reinterpretation.
Or reimagined.
Reimagining, right.
Yeah.
And I got some fun facts and some stuff to go over that we'll talk about the sort of the comparisons and things like that. But before I do, and I give you all the numbers, I got to ask, Alex, this is your first time watching this.
This is a first. I mean, I'm not going to say I seen the original. My wife saw the original. Mm-hmm. I seen this in theaters during whatever movie I was watching when they were playing it. But other than that, I never seen this movie at all. Not the original, and not this
Broadway, right? She's like a Broadway.
She loves Broadway. Yeah, she loves that stuff.
All right, and then Evan, did you see this when it came out? Did you see it on later?
Oh, I saw it when it came out. I'm with I love musicals and Spielberg, and so yeah. But this I only seen it once. This was my second time watch.
Mm.
Same. I'm in the same boat. I saw this at the theater back in 2021.
Yeah.
And then I watched it for this. So this is only my second time watching it. I've never seen the original. I've seen clips, but I never watched the old one from the 60s. So in my review.
Have anyone seen the play?
No.
My wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I never even.
I will not be doing the whole comparison because I had nothing to compare it to. But, I do know some information, and that's all I'm going to share. So let's get into some of the numbers here. Again, the movie came out in 2021. Now, this was during the end of COVID was not quite over yet, but the box office was still struggling. People were not going to the movies. I think Top Gun Maverick was it. Pretty much everything else was flopping left and right, and these numbers will go right along with that. So this had a $100 million budget, and it grossed $76 million at the box office.
Ooh.
And isn't this because I want to remember this and a bunch of other movies, like this was the start of like the 60-day windows to streaming. Like they said, hey, 6, you know what I mean? So it was like
this would have been that already kind of existed because 2021 was the year that Warner Brothers was dropping everything theater and HBO Max same day.
Yeah.
Same day, yes.
So
but
other studios were like picking up, putting their stuff on pretty quick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Evan, you're exactly right. It does affect it. I do think if this came out now, these numbers would be a little bit different, but different time, not the best time for movies. Anyway, critically, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience scores higher, 93%. So very well reviewed. People enjoyed it. This did get 7 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director. It ended up winning just one, and that was for Best Supporting Actress for Ariana DeBose, who plays Anita in this film. She won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. So as far as some of the notes I have here. Now, in March of 2014, Steven Spielberg first seriously expressed interest in directing an adaptation of West Side Story, prompting 20th Century Fox to acquire the rights to the project. Tony Kushner, who previously worked with him on Munich and Lincoln, revealed in a July 2017 interview that he was writing the screenplay for the film, stating that he would be leaving the musical numbers intact and that the story would be closer to the original stage musical than the 1961 film. So this, apparently all the songs in this are in the correct order. The original movie, they changed the order of some of the songs and things like that. So this is like more accurate to the play as far as that is concerned. Original stage. Okay. In a 2020 interview, Spielberg told Vanity Fair, West Side Story was actually the first piece of popular music our family ever allowed into the home. I fell completely in love with it as a kid. Spielberg would ultimately dedicate the film to his father, Arnold, who died during production of the movie at age 103. So
Wow.
Spielberg ain't going nowhere anytime soon. He's still got some years left, I'm assuming. The film was theatrically distributed by 20th Century Studios in the United States on December 10th, after being delayed a whole year. So this was supposed to come out in 2020. Got delayed by COVID-19 pandemic. The film received critical acclaim with praise for the performances of the cast, Spielberg's direction and the musical numbers, the visual style, and the cinematography, with some critics deeming it superior to the 1961 film. It was named one of the top 10 films of 2021 by the National Board of Review and the American Film Institute. However, the film was a box office bomb, grossing only $76 million against a $100 million budget, and it needed an estimated $300 million to break even. So didn't come close, not even close. Since its release, though, it has been cited as one of the best musical films of all time, as well as one of the best films of the 2020s and the 21st century. Now, to this, and I'm just going to take a one sidebar because I have one more fun fact. I was like, when I read this, again, I hadn't watched this. I did this research before watching the movie. So make my notes. I'm like, I don't remember this having that sort of discussion around it. But I do think it's one of those things of like with time. So I posted, and every time we do one of these movies, I put a post on Instagram and it goes to Threads as well with the movie that we're doing for Director Spotlight. And some of the comments I was getting on this movie, this guy says it's a perfect film. This guy says one of my top 10 all-time favorite movies. This is an incredible film, a perfect adaptation, and not enough people talk about it. This one says one of the only remakes that I enjoy. A straight up stone cold masterpiece, one of the most rewatchable films. So apparently this is true. There are a lot of people who actually really do love this movie, but maybe they didn't go to the theater in 2021. I don't know. Maybe they were scared or they want to put on their mask or whatever the case was. So I don't know. I guess it's actually accurate. People do really like this. And last one I have here, at the 79th Golden Globe Awards, it received 4 nominations and won 3, including Best Motion Picture, musical or comedy. Rachel Zegler actually made history as the first actress of Colombian descent or / Latina to win Best Actress in a motion picture, comedy, or musical for her performance as Maria, as well as becoming the youngest winner in that category ever at age 20. This was her film debut, too. So this was before... And I remember seeing this, and when I went back and looked at my Letterboxd review before, after I watched it this time, I was like, what did I say in 2021? Because I definitely wrote a review. And I said this girl was really good. I thought she was going to get a lot of roles. This was before she opened her mouth on like the red carpets and things like that. And it's funny to see now where her career has gone, because coming off of this, she was like, they were going to, she was going to get a lot. And I think she got Hunger Games right after this, that Hunger Games movie. And then she got cast in Snow White. And so it's true. And, we'll talk about it as we go through the movie. I will say, before we get into our reviews, the other thing was the music. Now, this was Leonard Bernstein, who's like one of the all-time most famous composers as far as for Broadway, and even I think he might have done movies. I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leonard Bernstein did the music for West Side Story, and Stephen Sondheim, who's definitely one of the most famous lyricists as far as Broadway goes, did the lyrics for the show. They kept all of that intact. However, for this movie, Steven Spielberg did reach out to John Williams to see if he wanted to do the music. John Williams told him not no, but suggested other people. And Gustavo Dudamel, who's probably the current biggest conductor in music, like as far as orchestral music and classical music, he actually did this West Side Story. So he did the conducting. I think it was the New York Philharmonic Orchestra that did the score for it. So they did keep everything as is, but they just used some younger people. I mean, Bernstein is dead, and Stephen Sondheim was like 92 or something when this movie was being made. And he died like either right after it came out or right before it came out. But he was on set. I watched the little documentary on the disc. He was there on set. They were talking with him the whole time. So he was very involved, even at his age, in the whole process. So it was interesting.
And I heard John Will. Oh, sorry.
No,
I was saying John Williams, I've heard still was quite a bit involved. It wasn't like he did, because he also played on the original soundtrack as acoustic guitar, supposedly, John Williams. So he's
there in the documentary. He's there when they're doing the music. Like John Williams comes in, he's saying hello to everybody. So everyone was kind of like involved.
It was a group
somehow.
effort.
Very much so. Alan,
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say Leonard. I looked it up. Leonard Bernstein. He did West Side Story 1961. He did Rear Window for those of you out there. He did the score for Rear Window. He did he did On the Waterfront 1954.
Yeah.
On the Town 1949. Those are some of his movies that he did.
I think he did a lot of Broadway
Yeah.
stuff as well. And there was that movie, Bradley Cooper played him in that Netflix movie.
Yeah,
that,
Maestro.
like,
Yeah.
Maestro.
Maestro, that's about him,
Yeah.
Leonard Bernstein. So very famous, a lot of talent involved in this movie. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on it. And I don't know who should go first here. Let's go with Evan. I'm gonna have you go first. Evan, what did you think? Now, second time watching it, you love musicals. What did you think?
I do. I love musicals. I love Broadway. These are the things I do love. So here's my positive. I want to say what stood out for me is his use of light in this movie. I thought was amazing. Like, you knew, like, when the song comes on and we get some like stage lighting we're going, like, it was a masterful use of storytelling. And I think that's what makes this movie a little bit more accessible for people who might not enjoy musicals, because they're like going, okay, is this song being really sung in their reality? But with the lighting, you could go, oh, maybe this is in his head. And this is because when the song goes back to real lighting, while the song has like kind of, imaginative, unrealistic lighting. Like I like when they're singing under the bleachers at the first time, and then it cuts, boom, the lights just changed. Like, you saw that. So I really enjoyed that storytelling. I really enjoy the cast. Besides the main two, I'm going to talk about them later, but everyone else around the cast, I think they just bring their A game. I love how they stuck with the dancing and they go for it. This is a true musical. I felt like it's in that aspect of, like, I'm watching a Broadway production, but actually also using the benefits of storytelling of a film. But I do think that I do not love it as much as I think other people have said. I think it's okay. I don't think it's amazing. I often compare it to the other movie that came out during this time, the other musical, In the Heights. I don't know if you've seen that one. That's Lin-Manuel's big breakout role on Broadway. And at the same time, they were filming both movies at the same time. That's why you could there's parts where in the Heights, there's a swimming pool scene. You'll see some of the cast from West Side Story in that scene. And there's some, like, they do some crossover stuff because they're literally just filming blocks away at the same time, these two big musicals. So Lin-Manuel was going across the sets, and Steven Spielberg too. And and that's also about being Puerto Rican in New York in a more modern setting. And I just enjoyed that movie adaptation better, and I always compare it. I don't mean to, but they literally came out, I felt, very close to each other, that I often compare it to. But I just feel like how they adapted that movie, that Broadway production, fits better in the movie, because I think where Spielberg falls short on this one is he tried to stay too true to the Broadway production. And I feel like he needed to make some changes. I feel the time length of this. It feels kind of long. There's some of the stuff I'm like going, okay. And I'm not talking about the musical numbers. There's some shot scenes that are like, oh, wow, okay, we're really doing this. Because I enjoyed it in the very beginning. We got I think good 7 to 10 minutes where no one actually talked. We got a lot of looking at each other, love that part. But then as the movie comes on, I didn't do it. And so it just lost it. And I don't actually like the two main as their characters. I kind of underwhelmed from them. They're not bad. They're not terrible, but I'm going, there's nothing special about it. Like when people are saying, well, she was amazing, she's going to do great, she did well. I'm not going to say that. What's the other guy's name?
Ansel Elgort is he plays Tony.
Yeah, he's in White Baby Driver. Is that his breakout role? Yeah, I've never been impressed with him. Like he's never terrible, but I'm not like, oh wow, this guy's amazing. But he never ruins a movie, but he never is a standout role. I don't think he's the leading guy for me. I don't know. So it's okay. I enjoy it. I like the song numbers. I love how he films the dancing, because a lot of musical has a hard time filming the dancing scenes because they often move the camera too much. And I feel like Steven Spielberg will just, when like he just panned out and just left the camera still, but kept movement in it. I don't know how to describe it, but I just felt like it was well done with the dancing scenes. My favorite scene is when all of them are fighting in the jail, or whether the police station, and that big whole dancing. I just find that's fun and enjoyable. But everything else is okay, because this is a reimagining of Romeo and Juliet. And so you kind of know the beats of the story. So I think you got to do something a little bit special to the story to make it interesting. You kind of know, but I don't know. It's okay. I'm not in love with it, but it's not a terrible film. It's okay.
All right. It's okay. All right. Do I want to go? I feel like I know where Alex is gonna go, but let's go ahead and let's go to Alex. I'll just go last.
You gonna go
Alex,
me?
Yeah. What did you think of this movie?
All right. I don't even want to do pros. I mean, the pros. Oh, whatever. I'll just go with it. I hated this movie. From beginning to end. Like, I wanted to shut it off 7 minutes into the movie. Like, I did not want to finish it. And my wife walked away 10 minutes out. She was like, I can't. Your wife didn't like it. She did not like this. She did not like this adaptation of the film. So my only thing with it is, I mean, being Puerto Rican, I mean, Nate is Puerto Rican too, but we don't talk like this in the movie. Like when the Spanish dudes are talking English, I'm like, what Spanish people talk like that? Like, I know for a fact my dad, when he was alive, he never talked like that when he tried to talk English. Like, so I was like, this is weird. And dancing. Spanish people don't dance like that, like at all. Like if you put them in a dancing thing, they have more rhythm. Not like they have this, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't look like they're jiving. Like like that jive dance. There's more salsa into it. So with this movie, it felt weird watching because I'm like, I don't know Spanish people that does jive like this, especially in a dance off. Right? They'll do more sexual salsa or whatever it's called.
It's in the 50s.
Right. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. You know what? Like for me, seeing the culture of Puerto Rico, like I don't see them jiving like in that time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, and this just brought up a question for me because of my compare. Have you seen In the Heights at all?
No.
Okay, I don't. I will wonder.
I'm not gonna.
Well, I wonder because Lin-Manuel Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm just wondering, like, the idea that Lin-Manuel grew up in New York, Lin-Manuel is Puerto Rican. So when you watch that, that's what I feel like what you just described was not missing is in what's in the Heights. Like that kind of dancing, that kind of vibe, that kind of feeling. But once again, I'm from California and not Puerto Rican. So
me and Alex are both New York
Ricans.
New Yorkers. So,
Yeah.
I guess in that regard, it would feel a little different than maybe to like Evan, who's not. But I've seen In the Heights. I guess maybe when I go up, maybe I'll make a comparison. Or
Nate's the only, like Nate's seen these films. Like for me, like I said, I it's weird because like when you go to San Juan and they're all dancing, it's like they all have their own rhythm and they have their own style of dancing. This unique like jive thing. Again, it's a movie. Steven Spielberg is doing it. It's not like he's Puerto Rican, and I doubt he consulted Puerto Rican in the movie. Like,
he did.
He did.
They had a thing, and all the actors they cast were actually Hispanic. All he would not allow it to not be.
Right.
And they did a lot of. He did go to a lot of, and Rita Moreno, who of course was in the original and is in this movie. she also had a lot of input on a lot of. She was an executive producer. But he actually leaned on her for a lot of that stuff. So he tried because you're right. He's a Jewish guy.
Yeah. So
and
anyway,
he tried.
this is
And supposedly he also tried to get people of different like tones of Puerto Rican and the color of skin color, because he says that, because I guess the West Side Story, they like kind of just said the background dancers, hey, you all look this way and stuff like that. And so he wanted to make sure that he respected more and actually did consult with a lot of different people like on casting and stuff. So he didn't rely on himself on just casting Puerto Ricans in a sense. So that's what I read.
Puerto Ricans. We need more of them.
It would have been
Dominicans, all kind. Yeah.
It would have been unique if the movie was filmed in like San Juan. Like if they took the location and switched it from New York to like San Juan. But again, this is a 1957 New York
and
City.
the location matters a lot as far as the story is concerned. So it's like,
well, it is called West Side.
To move it.
West Side. It's the West Side San Juan.
Yeah, but you need the racial tension. Like to all do it in Puerto Rico would be kind of tough.
Right. But no, I would say like again, minor stuff, but it is what it is. I wasn't too crazy with that. The musical numbers did not work for me at all. Every 2 seconds is a stupid song that I didn't even care for. I agree with Evan in terms of Rachel Zegler. I thought she did a great job as Maria. I just didn't care for Maria. Like I don't care for these stories at all. My wife likes the whole Romeo. I don't care for that, even if it was Hamlet and all that shit. Like I don't sit down and watch. I think it's boring. So for me, this movie was just boring. Going through the movie, I thought there was some points that I thought this dude, the guy who plays Tony, looked like a younger Liam Neeson.
He could play his son.
He could play his son because I was like, bro, he looks just like Liam Neeson in certain scenes when he's wearing the suit. I was like, yo, Liam Neeson is in this movie.
That's funny.
But yeah, like at the end of the day. I give Steven Spielberg credit because he does a lot of stuff. And you know what? This is not the only movie that he adapted musical in, because he did the same thing in Temple of Doom in the beginning of that movie with
had a musical number,
which what was the damn song? Something No. I forgot.
No, isn't it? It says that annoying lady that I can't
she sings it. Something the song was Something No in it.
Isn't she singing in Chinese? I think it's Anything Goes, isn't it?
Anything Goes. Yeah. She says whatever and then she goes Anything Goes and it goes bit. But yeah. Other than that, I give him credit. He's still a great director at this point. I just think the projects that he's picking, I know he's a big pot. He's gonna pick whatever the crap he wants because he's Steven Spielberg. Yeah. But at this point, I mean, so far in the decades of I'm just hating every movie I've been watching from this guy. I mean, this one goes in the list. I'm never going to watch this movie again. I don't even think I'm going to own this movie. I don't even think I'm touching it. I just think the overall broad pictures is great. It was shot great. The musical numbers was shot, like Evan said, it was great. The cast was pretty good. I don't know. I just feel like when it's Puerto Ricans, and then I get it, but I don't feel like the language that was used was Puerto Rican. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I think if my parents was watching this, they'll be like, we don't talk like that. I know for a fact that's what they're going to say, like if they sit down. But again, this is an adaptation to a play, to a movie. I know my dad used to like the 61 version of it. Which was the old lady. I assume she's the original, Moreno. Right?
Yeah, she played Anita in the original movie.
Yeah, so I remember he liked that version because he felt like that felt more. I don't think. Which is
crazy because you had Natalie Wood, who's white, playing Maria. so there you go. I mean, different time. I don't really care, but
yeah, I don't. It is what it is. But yeah, I wasn't too crazy with this movie.
All right. Okay, cool. And I figured that was the case. I know Alex texted me yesterday. When he texts me certain things, I won't respond on purpose just because I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wait.
I was like, I put what the F? It was like 7 minutes in the movie. And I was just like,
I'm going to wait till tomorrow to see what he has to say.
I was like, what is this crap?
But I knew where he was going. Okay, so this is crazy. So I went, after the movie was over, like I watched the whole entire movie. And like I said, I went to my letterbox. Like, what did I say? What did I think then and now? My score is the exact same the second time watching it. And it's weird because I really liked it when I watched it the first time. I just never rewatched it. So to Alex's point, as far as rewatching it, I never did. I mean, and I don't rewatch too often anyway, but I never felt moved to like put this on. However, this is now 2 times that I watched it and I thought it was great. I think it's a great movie. I really do. As far as the Broadway, I do know for a fact Spielberg wanted this to be more. So Evan, to your point of being too like not loyal, but too like sticking to it too much. Apparently the old one is more, because that one is more like movie, but it's like there's stuff on stages where it looks like a play. Whereas here, he wanted it to be more cinematic. Like it felt like everything was in a real world. They used the set for the alley, but for the most part,
I was talking about
location.
more of the story more than the shooting. Like even
that, like they don't want it. Like what do you want them to change? I don't really know. Like it's not a modern retelling, right? Because it's still set in the 50s. So they didn't like update it. Like In the Heights, for example, like that is a modern story that is now current, right? And that movie doesn't exist if West Side Story doesn't happen, really, honestly. So I don't know what you could do too different. I do think they did want to stick to the source, and that includes the dancing, because I'm not a big, when it comes to musicals, people are always like, oh, do you like musicals? Some, like, it's not a genre that I'm like, I like them all, and it's not a genre that I hate. If the movie comes out and I enjoy it, I like it. If it's a musical or not, you know what I mean? Like I'm fine with it. But this definitely feels Broadway in that it's a lot of dance. It's which Evan you mentioned is a lot of dance numbers. At the beginning is the prologue is no talking. It's all dancing, and that is again straight out how it is. But it is that Broadway dancing, Alex, to your point, as far as like the Latin dancing. Yeah, it's true. You could tell, though, they do have a little more sauce when they're at that party, like Ariana DeBose. Like the way they're moving, it's more ballroom Latin dancing than it is like salsa
traditional
dancing,
party dancing.
Exactly. Yeah. Which makes sense, though, because this would have been on a Broadway stage. It's got to be that sort of style. So, I mean, I get it. I think the cast is great. I think Ariana DeBose deserved that Oscar. I thought she was fantastic in this movie as Anita. She's never been in anything since this that I thought she was really good in, just this. And she is a theater kid. So, this is maybe more her wheelhouse than like a straight up dramatic acting role. I still think Rachel Zegler was great in this movie. The accents, I do agree with Alex in that I think they can be distracting because some are better than others. And you can tell who's really good at it and who's not as good at it. I'm being, Hispanic, like my grandparents. Well, my great-grandma didn't even speak English, really. She only spoke Spanish. My grandma spoke English, but, there is a certain way that they speak. And I don't know if this fully captured it. I'm going to agree there. I think, honestly, he should have went the route of just letting them speak English and having no accents, and we just know they're Hispanic. Like, it's not a big deal. Remember Hunt for Red October, where they're speaking Russian, but then it just changes to English, and we get it. He's still speaking Russian, but we don't need to, hear it. I feel like this should have went that route, where it's like, okay, they're just speaking English. If they want to do dialogue in Spanish, that's okay. I don't mind it. But, the English parts, I don't think they should have had an accent. That's just me. That's kind of one of my main gripes. Other than that, I think the singing is really good. Rachel Zegler can really sing. Ansel Elgort sings well enough. Ariana DeBose is great. The musical numbers are big. Like the America number is fantastic. The Rumble scene, I think, is really good. And this movie is a good adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. To your point, I think it was Evan that you said you kind of know the story beats that are coming because it's Romeo and Juliet. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad they don't really go for a happy end. This is not a happy ending movie, honestly. It's quite sad if you think about it. Because this girl, our main character, Maria, not only does her brother get murdered, but also the man she loves who murdered her brother gets murdered. So she kind of just is by herself. And I think the ending of the movie is great. I think Rita Moreno's great in it. I like the story. I think it's very well told. I think this movie looks amazing. It's extremely well shot, all shot on film, by the way, as well. Which in the behind the scenes, they talked about that, shooting on film rather than digital. Because in the old days when they made these musicals, you'd have to change the reels out, and that will give these performers a chance to like sit, rest, take a break. And it was no different here. Like the scene where they're at the dance, there's a part where they're reloading and everyone's like sitting on the floor, taking a break because they've probably been going for a long time. So I think it's very interesting, but it looks amazing. Like film just looks better than digital. I don't care. It looks fantastic. So I don't know. I guess I'm the minority in this case in that I think it is a great movie. I do think this might be Spielberg's last great movie. I don't think he's going to make anything after. Like, I've seen The Fabelmans, and we're going to talk about that next. And we saw Disclosure Day, and we've got an episode coming out for that. I don't know how many more films he has left, but I don't know if it'll reach this peak. Like, again, this was a lot of Academy Award nominations, high quality, great storytelling, in my opinion, great direction. The direction is great. I don't know. Maybe he got another one in him. I have no idea. But I think it might go down as his last great movie. Obviously came out at a time, bad timing, for sure. Bad timing. But I'm kind of glad that it's had this afterlife of like, okay, you know what? In 2021, it was a bomb. Yeah. However, people have over time kind of recognized, hey, this is actually a really good movie. And it's a great story. It's a classic story. And I won't be surprised if this gets made again in another 20 years. You know what I mean? As far as musicals go. So, yeah, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. Again, will I watch it again soon? Probably not, but not because it's bad, just because, musicals aren't my go-to when I'm going to rewatch something, just in general. So, anyway, let's get to some scores and then let's move it on. Evan, what did you end up scoring this movie?
I gave it a 7. I mean, it's like I enjoy it, but it's not my. It's not going to be my go-to musical to go. But if someone puts it on and say I want to watch it, I'm going to go, okay.
Right on. Alex, what did you give it? Let's see. I'm going to guess 2.
I'm going to say 1.
You think so you guys think I'm going to say 1 or 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're going to be surprised.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give this a half a point.
Half a point? Oh my gosh. That would make it his worst movie.
It's the worst movie I think.
Holy cow. Yeah. Holy cow.
And that's just a notch up from Lincoln.
Oh Lord.
I'll tell you, this ranking episode is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
It is going to be crazy. I can't wait.
I mean, I could. And when you talk about does he has anything in left? I personally believe if he does, from watching Disclosure Day and the way he shot that movie, I personally believe he has one more action movie in him to do, action adventure, like not another Indiana Jones, but I mean something in the vein of an adventure. I think he has one more adventure in him. Because I
wouldn't be surprised because Disclosure Day is not a bad movie.
No.
I just don't know if he has like another like peak.
I think he has an adventure in him. One more. I think he should dabble one more
before he turns 103.
Yeah, before he hits 103.
By the way, this he was attached to Indiana Jones 5 all the way up until it got delayed, and then he made this, and then he dropped out of Indiana Jones 5.
So it could be. Maybe he has one more indie in him. I don't know.
He's thinking about it. So half a point. Okay, well, that's okay. Yeah, I gave it the same score I gave it the first time, which is a 9 out of 10. Think it's a great movie. Quite enjoy it. And yeah, I think it's great. So, okay, a 7, a half. What a range of scores for West Side Story. All right, well, with that being said, we have 2 movies left. And then we have our ranking special, which is going to be a lot of fun. The next film is a movie called The Fabelmans. Alex is going to hate this movie too. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to predict it. Alex will not like The Fabelmans. It is a biographical story pretty much about Steven Spielberg's life. It's not like 100%, but it's pretty close. So it's a drama. There's no action in it. There's no musical either. So there's no singing. So maybe.
Wait, this is on his life?
Yes.
It's based on his life.
Autobiographical.
It would not count as a biography because he changes like enough where it will be in the fiction world, but it's definitely based off of his life.
So when you're watching it, watch the main character, the young guy. and put him in his shoes. That's Spielberg in essence. So you'll see. I remember, there's another one I remember liking, but again, I have not watched it since it came out. So I don't know, but Alex and I hate it. I think you like it better than West Side Story and Lincoln, but maybe worse than everything else. I don't know. So I guess we'll see. And then after that, we already recorded Disclosure Day. Spoiler alert. That'll come out right at the end. And then we have our ranking show. So, of course, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel if you are interested in our content or enjoy what you're watching. Of course, Alex does the 4K reviews. I do short out of the theater reviews every week as well, and some top 5 rankings. So if you like all that, please, if you're not already, please consider subscribing. Leave us a comment down below. Who do you agree with? Are you Team Alex? Hate this movie? Team Nate? Think it's great? Team Evan? It's a 7.
It's okay. It's okay.
Out of that on the fly. Let us know down below what you think of the movie. Give us a thumbs up. Helps the videos out. And of course, we will be back next week with our next movie, The Fabelmans. So until then, be awesome to each other.